In this video, I'm going to talk a bit about building an AI tool from scratch in 2025. And I'm going to preface this video with, I think that if you're starting completely from scratch and this is your first step into the AI space, you're going to want to take your time in understanding the landscape of the different tools available for you out there, because there are automation platforms like make.com, N8N, and Zapier that you can plug into a lot of different tools, APIs from OpenAI, Anthropic, other large language models to power your tools that you're creating. But you need to come into it with a strategic plan and how you're actually going to integrate something that's going to be effective at your business. And if you're not familiar with tools that I just mentioned, Make, N8N, or setting up automations through Zapier, and there's a lot of different alternatives out there these days, and it can take some time to learn. It can feel overwhelming. And one tool I've found that helps alleviate some of the overwhelm in my case is called Pickaxe. And Pickaxe is a tool that allows you to share your knowledge and build AI-powered frameworks around your knowledge. In a lot of cases, if you're a coach or a consultant or an entrepreneur with a process that you've used either internally operating your business or anything that you're doing on the sales and marketing front, customer support, a lot of those processes can be augmented and streamlined when utilizing tools like obviously OpenAI, Anthropic being some of the big ones, but a tool like Pickaxe to give you a lot of functionalities in tying all these integrations together into one place and then creating specific workflows around it, whether it's chat enabled or it's a form enabled input process. The whole concept around generative AI and how it generates content. In a nutshell, I see it as the quality of input going in is going to have a huge impact and influence on how the AI is processing that information. And so it's really about having good, clean data at the end of the day. And depending on what model you're tapping into and how you have spent additional time in tweaking the different variations for how the AI is gathering information and otherwise, it can be a lot to understand right out the gate. And even setting up a lot of those different types of automations, is while people say a lot of it is no code and much of it is, there's still a different, I feel like a different tool set in terms of how your brain works and operates to connect a lot of those together. And with something like Pickaxe, coming from my experience, it can alleviate the need to go and work and play in a lot of these other platforms right out the gate and start to test your ideas and start to tweak and modify your frameworks to get an idea out there. And while some may say that this is just a GPT wrapper, which depending on what you're building is what it is, but on the flip side, there's an infinite amount of ideas and connections and things you're going to be able to make as a result of having a simple interface like a tool like Pickaxe, which is helping you tie these things together. How would you put a paywall, a simple landing page that tells people about a product, and then an AI powered tool that gets them a result? It's a great way to build a first domino, so to speak, that would lead into additional products or offers or services that you may ultimately want to be working and helping people and serving people through. And so if we're talking about creating a product or service that's going to target a specific segment of the market, then who is the 80-20 of your best, favorite, highest value customer or client? And what is that first domino that we can brainstorm and use AI in a lot of ways to helping us come up with this first domino that is going to start a chain reaction for all of the other things that will lead them to becoming a customer and a client or ascending to some other type of offer that you want to be working with them in. So you may be running masterminds, selling products, physical or digital, or running a home service business or a service type business of some form, where you're actually delivering a product to somebody and it needs to have value to get them a result. Or obviously you need to, work on the delivery process to get results for your clients. Once you do, and you have a process that you can replicate, creating little pickaxes to help you through the process can help with addressing really specific areas that are causing these types of clients problems, and creating a framework around it that can help them with solving that problem. And maybe it's your team that's using these tools to deliver a more packaged, refined product, but you could very quickly create like an audit type of form if you have a lot of different criteria from an assessment that you do with clients. You might turn that into a 1, 2, 3, 4-page report. And that might take you anywhere from a couple of minutes to maybe a couple of hours, maybe more, depending on what your process looks like. And identifying points of resistance like that if there was a way to take the report generation process and that is part of your sales process as a first domino to condense the time that it would take from, let's just say, an hour to 5 minutes, that's going to free you up to, in terms of your bandwidth anyways, on this specific part of a deliverable that is inside of your sales process. And that first domino starts off that chain reaction to ultimately leading them to becoming more clients for you. So if you're going to build an AI tool from scratch and you don't want to get your hands into a tool that is like a make.com directly, you can get started very quickly with a tool like Pickaxe that when you have an account with them, you basically have access to a certain number of credits every month, depending on what plan you're on, or you can add your own API key in, which is very simple and straightforward to get to. There's plenty of documentation out there on OpenAI or Anthropic's front for how to get that API key. And that would be if you're using a lot more credits on your account. There's a lot of different ways you can go with generative AI. If you're utilizing it in a way that I described with your current clients and you're looking for ways to streamline or automate processes and create those first dominoes or other types of tools that you can build with AI that are adding value and helping in the delivery of a product or service to attract your highest value clients, then check out Pickaxe or look at what Pickaxe can do and then do your own research on what some other tools might be. But Pickaxe is a great, handy way to get projects up and running fast. And then as you're building out the minimum viable version of that product and testing out the deliverables, you can continue to invest more time into further development if it's needed on a project, or if your custom Pickaxe is going to help you do exactly what you need it to do while you're still maybe refining the idea, getting more customers, doing more of the other things in your business, and not necessarily focusing on building out a tool that, if it is that first domino type of tool, it's going to be doing its work for you 24/7 as long as it's on, without necessarily needing to come back and update it every single day. And so you could charge for it, you could give it away for free, but it's going to lead people into the next way that you can help them solving with a problem, because this tool is helping them solve a really specific problem. And in the world of AI and SaaS tools being made, there's a lot of talk about more and more micro SaaSes being AI enabled to solve hyper specific problems for your ideal target audience. Check it out. It's a cool tool. Or do your research and go find a number of other tools out there that I haven't tried all of them. I've been using Pickaxe for a while, and I find it just really helpful for what I needed to do right now. It's really affordable to get started with one. We have additional training on our channel that you can watch with Mike Joya, who's one of the co-founders at Pickaxe, walking you through a number of demonstrations for how to use the tool. And let me know if you like it and how it helps you with getting your idea out there if you do use it, or if there's anything specific you're curious if a tool that is able to create products like Pickaxe, what it can do, because I'm still experimenting with it and we're finding new use cases through the community as we talk about them on our mastermind calls and at different events. Looking forward to hearing how it goes for you if you do use it. And let me know if there's any other tools that you'd like to learn more about and do some deep dives on. And we can take things from there. All right, guys. See you in the next video. Keep coming AI on.